Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel Trading Secrets. This channel is for entertainment purposes only. For those of you who do not know, my name is Ali. I have over 20 years experience teaching accounting, economics, business and law. Through this channel I'll be providing some stock analysis and a quick update on the $1 Million Challenge. So if anybody's not aware of this is a journey of an investment of $1,000 to a return of $1 million over a period of 3 years using a strategy called compound return investing. So the objective is try to get 201 trades, each with an average return of 3.5%. It's not 201 consecutive trades, we do take into account losses. So for further details about how to join us for less than $9 a month, information is available in the description below. So let's have a look at the first headline here from Bloomberg, and what we can see here is the OpenAI board has been urged by Microsoft investors to restore Altman. So Altman has been weighing a new venture but is open to returning. So it has been removed and the board are now considering resigning. So this is something that we will be keeping an eye on, and I think that will be obviously very important for the market. So let's have a look at forward to earnings for this week. There are some important ones. We have Zoom, we have Best Buy, Kohl's, Nvidia and a number of others. So what I'm now going to do is review 3 of those which I think I expect to be in for earnings. So for the stock I'm going to share with you here is ticker symbol ADSK, also known as Autodesk. They're reported to confirm earnings Tuesday, November the 21st, 4 p.m. Eastern time, and the general consensus here is $1.99 per share on revenue of $1.38 billion. This represents 7.8% year-on-year revenue growth, so that's one that we will be keeping an eye on. And I think the big one for the week is ticker symbol Nvidia. They're looking to report earnings Tuesday, November the 21st at 4:20 p.m. Eastern time, and the general consensus here is $3.18 per share on revenue of $16.12 billion, and that is likely to represent an increase of 171.8% year on year, and from a revenue growth point of view that is quite staggering. And I think the third one I'm going to be sharing with you here in terms of an expected beat is Trip.com, also known as TCOM. Again, earnings are likely to be reported Monday around about 6 p.m. Eastern time, and the general consensus here is an estimate of 67 cents per share on revenue of $1.88 billion, and that is also a very healthy 94.2% year-on-year revenue growth. So Trip.com. And final thing I'd like to finish with you here is a quick summary in terms of the book, which I think is quite inspirational, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And I think some of the lessons that you could potentially learn from here, including never buy luxuries with your salary, not taking risk is the biggest risk, understanding assets and liabilities, understanding that the wealthy look for solutions, and also live before your means. So a great book there if you do manage to have a read of it. So let's get another update on Lolly's share count, and what Lolly has posted here is the current response is approximately 498 people confirmed to respond by DMs, and we're looking at combining everyone's shares with the whales, and now at just in excess of 54.577 million shares, not at AST as of October the 1st. So the average share price, according to Lolly's estimate, is just in excess of 17,700, and we're looking at 117 people with shares greater than 17,741, and we're looking at 381 people with less than 17,741. So you can still send your share information confidentially to Lolly. So the email you'll be able to see there is on the screen. On the left hand side you'll also be able to see the table, which is obviously summarizing the latest information from Lolly's share count. What I'd now like to do is share with you another reminder of the statements in the video from the OTC Vice President. So shout out here to Liz and also to Nikki. What Nikki has posted is, I watched this video and bought $60,000 more MMTLP only to have my money stolen from me, tagging in the OTC Markets, FINRA and the SEC Gov. So if you remember, one of the lawsuits is now addressing the OTC market, so we will be keeping an eye on that. And what Nick has also said is that this is criminal, needs to be fixed. They all knew the U3 halt would happen. Well, we all know what you did, now pay us. And what Liz has stated here it is the segment from the OTC where the Vice President talks about MMTLP on the 7th of December, the night before the halt. When we are unknowingly trapped that evening as they halted the next morning before trading. So let's have a quick snippet of a short part of this interview.
Right. And all kinds of liquidity as well, and all kinds opportunity as a result. That leads us to, I checked the market cap on MetaMaterials. I was actually surprised. It's 700 million as of the close yesterday, I guess. So let's talk about this headline from, I guess this was aftermarket yesterday when this came out. So a FINRA decision comes through, which is going to see the OTC listed Series A preferred shares of MetaMaterials be transferred into this NextBridge Hydrocarbons. From the OTC standpoint, if someone is a holder of the stock, what does that mean?
Okay, so basically, per FINRA's corporate action right, that came out. Basically, what that means is MMTLP is being deleted as a ticker after the trading day on the 12th. So it's deleted on the 13th, right? And so that means that you no longer are reporting a trade in MMTLP after that date. And so I think it's spinning up into NextBridge hydrocarbons, something
along those lines.
Something along those lines. As far as where that trades and how that trades, I'm not 100% sure right now. But what I can say though is MMTLP as of the end of trading on the 12th will no longer be on the OTC markets.
And that's the most important point to come across here. If you are holding these shares on the OTC markets, guys, again, end of trading on the 12th. It's coming off of the OTC. There's also a deadline that I saw in this press release of the 12th as well. So any shareholders on record as of the 12th will be involved in this NextBridge Hydrocarbons transaction. So the 12th, obviously, the most important date that we need to recognize, which I just checked is a Monday of all things.
Yes, and so let's take a step back here. So this has been kind of coming in, for the past month or two.
The next thing I'd like to share with you is a proposal to implement a temporary ban on short selling in the United States in line with what happened in South Korea. So shout out here to MMAT News, who stated there is a new petition here demanding that regulators to enforce a temporary ban on short selling in the US and also to investigate naked short selling in the market. So if you would like to sign this proposal, you can go to change.org, and the page here is implement a temporary ban on short selling in the United States. So we're looking at a goal of 1,000. I'm sure we're going to be very close to that right now, and this is something that I think most investors would welcome. The next thing I'd like to do is follow on from the previous video where we looked at MMAT MetaMaterials and the decision to end and terminate the contract with George Palikaros. And if you remember in the previous video, at the moment he is still officially on the board, and what Swinger stated here is obviously tagging in Ted Lasso with the confirmation of the board and obviously the decision to remove him in the upcoming meeting. But what I think is interesting in terms of this post is what John Berder has stated, and that is as George Palikaros is a current member of the board, is he not entitled to all the board minutes, including the minutes they had to fire him? So as far as I'm concerned, that's a good point, and I also believe yes, he does have access to those minutes, and the company should not withhold those. A final thing I'd like to share with you is a quick review of the weekly watch list from the previous week. So what I posted earlier is that there were many great calls in our weekly watch list. This is shared exclusively every Sunday prior to trading on the market on Monday. And if you would like to get the next one, the details are in the description below. But in the previous week, some of the best calls that we had were Tiximal DRCT, that was up 54% on the week. BLNK, we also called out, that was up 29.5% on the week. INDI up 31.4% on the week. DNN, also a good call, up 13.4% on the week, as well as we also had RCL, Disney, and those were up 8.2% and 6.4% up on the week. So if you would like to get the next watch list as well as a copy of our daily stock alerts, details are in the description below. Thank you very much for watching. Please stay tuned.